going on, everybody? Today we're going to look at a couple trades that I took today and tell you what I did right and tell you what I did wrong. And curious if any of you got in on these as well. So, as you know, what we've been doing is marking supply and demand on the charts, waiting for price to come into the area, and then taking the trade if the opportunity presents itself. So when we're looking at this, I took one trade on CADJPY today and one on EURUSD. Now, CADJPY pair, the trade went in about 8:33 a.m. EST time. So what you can see here was this is basically where I got in on the trade. And I had my area of demand marked off. See that clearly there. But it didn't come quite into the area, but it did. You could see how it came back and retested the area over here. So when we're looking at the 1 minute chart, this is the trade that I got into. So it came down into the area and I entered in on the close of this candle. But at the time, I didn't realize that it came down and retested the area. I didn't see that further back. I was just paying attention to my demand area. And what I ended up doing is I ended up closing it somewhere around here, just below break even, instead of holding on to the trade. Now I would have targeted the high here if I did hold on to it. And if you would have done that, you could see that you could have at least gotten almost a 1.8 risk to reward out of that. Because you can see further down here, it did go and reach that area before it came back down. So that was my mistake for not holding on to the trade, second guessing myself. I think that's a big problem for most of us. But I didn't really suffer any major loss. It was barely anything at all, so I was okay with that. Now, tell you what I did do right today. I did a EURUSD trade, and that was at 10:14 a.m. and it was this one right here. So you can see this was a supply area on the 15 minute, came into the area, stalled out, engulfing pattern, entered in on the close of the candle. So stop loss, we said 15. It's 15 and it was around 41 pips for take profit. And the reason that I chose that area to get out of the trade, I wasn't looking to hold on to it forever. I know I could have tried for a larger move, but I was just targeting this little area here. You can see that there was a small area there of demand. So I was expecting that price could bounce off there, and I wasn't sure if it was going to continue going up after it did or if it would go past it. But I didn't really care. I just wanted to grab something out of the market. And what it ended up working out to, the risk to reward was 2.7. So, yep, so 15 pip stop loss, and take profit was actually 40.6. It was a 17-minute trade. And as for the CADJPY one, that was only, I held on to that trade for 1 minute and 15 seconds. So if I would have held on to it, I could have had a little more squeezed out of the market today, but 2.7, I'm okay with that. It wasn't bad for today. And I want to show you another trade I almost got into, but I decided against it for today. We're in the afternoon, Friday afternoon, so the market's only, you know, less than 4 hours away from being closed for the weekend. And you can see that my area of demand I had marked up, and of course it comes into the area. And when I was looking at it, you can see that there was an opportunity right here. You might have even got in right here and you would have been stopped out likely. Would have came back. But if you took another shot at trying to get in right there, you could have potentially grabbed something from this. And where you try to target is up to you. But there was opportunity to grab something, but I decided against it. I just didn't like, once it came into the area, I noticed that price was stalling out, going sideways too much. Like, it just spent too much time in that area, so I wasn't comfortable with jumping in on the trade. So I decided against it and figured, you know, I did well today. There's no sense of trying to squeeze any more out of it. I'm not sure if any of you were able to get anything off of this. But yeah, today was a good day, and we'll take a look at everything next week coming up. And until then, bye for now.